Hi, I'm Gary Jenkins. I know a lot of you guys are out there waiting to see what I'm going to do up here. I'm coming to you live from our beautiful Sedona, Arizona. If you guys have never been out here, you need to come out here and see our beautiful red rocks and visit all the galleries and all the wonderful restaurants. You could eat yourself from one end of town to the other. And this is a tourist destination out here. A lot of folks come out here. So you guys come out here and visit when you can. Okay. Okay. I see people are starting to join now. Great.
I'm going to be working the camera today.
Yeah, Catherine's on the camera. And let me know, I've got a mic now, so last time our sound wasn't that great. So let me know if the sound is okay for you guys. Make sure you turn your volume up so that you can hear me out there. Karen Marshall, how you doing? Boy, I'm just going to stand here and watch all these folks come in here. This is what's so cool about doing this stuff.
You have a monitor you're looking at.
I know, I'm looking at the monitor and I see all your things coming in. Because I'm reaching everybody around the world. I want to say hi to all you guys in the United States, Canada, and around the world over there. And hello to Bert and Frank, my producers. I know you guys are out there. How you doing?
From Farbi, Flora.
From Farbi, Flora. Oh, by the way, when the show's over, I'll post up on our Facebook page a lot of numbers to call, where to get our paint and brushes, and I'm going to show you the paints and brushes that I'm using in a little bit, but also where to find where you can get the stuff. Because if I put it up, tell you now, you probably won't remember anyway. I wouldn't. I know that. Hi from Florida.
Hi, I'm Catherine. I'll be working the camera, and I'll be answering your questions. If you have any questions, let us know and we'll answer them.
Yep.
Okay, you ready?
Well, this is the painting we're going to be doing up here. I know you guys have been looking at it for quite a while on my Facebook page. It has a wonderful red pot in there, but I really like the poppies. And this is good for you guys to know. Where do you find poppies if you don't have any? I went online and I looked up silk poppies, and here they are. This is a silk poppies. And you can put them on a table in a vase and put a direct light on them. Very important to have a light on them. So make sure you do that. Okay? So we have this as a setup for you. And we're going to get into some lilacs, and these are just little artificial ones, guys. And they're in the painting up on the top, up here. Yeah. Remember the light. Put them in a vase and put a direct light on them. Okay. Now, okay, there's the painting. This one, you can see it has a gray background on the back, which is very neutral, so that it shows the colors off. I really, on this particular painting, I wanted to pop out the yellows and the reds on here for you guys. All right, so I'm going to take this down and show you what I have. I'm going to put this on my easel so I have something to look at over here. Now, I have a canvas up here. This is a 14 by 18. And I have gray on here, which is just gray gesso. You can take gray gesso, or you can take just some black and white gesso and mix it together, and you end up with a neutral. I have a sketch on here that I've started with. And I've also put a little coat of linseed on here, linseed oil. I put it on, and then I wiped it off so that there's not too much of it on there. Yeah, Catherine's holding up a note. What is it? Let me see what does your note say? Look here at iPhone. Like this? She's going like this. Sometimes I don't look at you guys out there. Okay. So, palette. Let me show you this little guy. Now, I've got all my colors out of the tube around the outside. Okay? Then I took some white and broke down all these colors with white, so I got a bunch of nice pastel shades on there. I'm using some Gamblin odorless thinner, and I have a tub of it here. And I have another little small jar of the same stuff here. One to clean the brushes and one to use as a medium. I just use turp as a medium, nothing else. Sometimes in the past I used to use turp and linseed oil, 50-50. Now I'm just using plain turp. Why is that? Well, the reason is that the turp dries faster. If you have a mixture in there of linseed and turp, it dries slower. If you really want it to dry slow, take, say, 60 or 70% linseed and the rest just odorless thinner. Yeah. I didn't know I knew so much. Now, we're going to start with the old pot. Now, I really love this painting because of the yellow and the reds and the pot. And I work from dark to light. Dark to light. So I'm going to come down. Now, we don't have another camera to show you.
Sorry, Gary, did you already explain the gray on the background?
Yeah.
Okay, I missed that.
It's okay. You must have dozed off for a moment. I'm going to take some crimson. Now, if I just put crimson on straight, you can see it's much too red. So I got to put something in that crimson to darken it up. Okay, so I'm going to let's take a little of this sap green. Make sure there's more crimson than sap green. Aha! Now you can see the dark. Okay. Now what we're going to do is paint this thing. Oh, I'm using a 1/2 inch brush around. Now you notice when I paint, I don't paint in one direction like this, but it's kind of pushing the brush in different directions. It's still not dark enough. I'm going to put a little black with it. Now a lot of artists don't use black, but I figure they put black in tubes of oil for some reason. So I use it to darken it up. As long as you don't darken up the crimson. As long as you don't get crazy with the black. Now as we come over, right in through here, there's going to be a middle tone. Then coming on over, it's going to get lighter. And then we'll find a highlight. Now as we come over, let's take some cad red light. Now this time it's dry. Woohoo! We want color. Now here's something that you see me doing, but you don't. It's a crisscross stroke. See that don't just go like this. Crisscross. Why do you crisscross? Because it mixes the color beautifully. Look at it change. Hold on to the brush. Look at it change color. Coming around. These are great brushes. These are synthetics. It's my signature line. Yeah. And if you take care of your brushes, they'll take care of you. Clean your brushes and odorless thinner when you're finished, and then put them in baby oil. And that baby oil will keep these brushes wet. You don't want them to dry out. And
don't submerge them in baby oil. Just take your fingers and once they're cleaned real well, take your fingers and just wipe a little bit of baby oil through the hairs and shape them to the original shape and then put them in your paint jar. Hairs up, of course. Always store them with the hairs up.
Now we have dark, middle. We need a light. So we'll reach out. I'm going to pick up just some white, very dry. Let's see what happens. And watch how I put it on. Look at me wiggle. Why do I wiggle? Because it works the paint off the brush. And as I'm wiggling, I'm going to take it. Look at it change. Look at it change. And turn the brush. Oh, yes. You see it? No, of course, the edges are too hard. They're too hard, aren't they? So we're going to come in and I'm wiping the brush. You don't see me do this a lot, but I'm wiping. I'm going to take that. This is true wet into wet painting. There's a lot of painting out there they say is wet and wet, but I don't think so. So here we're going to take a little more white and get a little more, yes, you see that little? And we're going to have come up here and a little more, you see? But you see how I work the brush? You see it? It's a nervous brush. Yeah. Maybe Yellow and orange, very dry. Yellow and orange. And we're going to put some over here, very dry. Boop. Now you see how I've just laid it in there. I'm going to wipe the brush, ching, ching, and then I just, whoa, where'd you come from? You can use your finger, look, to blend. You see? You see how that works? Your finger's free. I'm going to come out. Now, as this light comes out, it's easy just to say, okay, let's bring the white out. But as it comes out, maybe there's a change of color. I'll take a little orange and red. Orange and red. What are we going to get? Let's get a little more orangey in there. Because as that light comes out, yeah, boom. Color, color, color. Now by putting it on dry, it allows the paint to stick to the wet underneath. And
I hope you can all see this good enough. This is about the closest I can get in with our camera on the tripod.
Yeah, well,
We're just using the iPhone.
the mountain will come to Muhammad. How about that? Look at that. Yahweh. Yeah, I wish I could paint like that, but we can't get in close enough. But there's your light. There's some orange on each side. And what I'm doing is I'm working that light out. But wait, I use let me see if I can find it down here. I use a color wheel all the time, guys. I even have it to the top of my easel. So as that light comes out, I just put this orange on, right? And I have light. But I took the light and I threw it right into the orange. Maybe it should have gone into light into yellow, then orange, and then into the red. So let's see what that does. Painting is full of, let's see what this does. Let's see what that does. Don't get stuck just doing the same thing over and over. You ever notice how your paintings all look the same? Don't get, oh, look at that. Let me bring that in. You gotta see this. You gotta see it. You see, I put some yellow in here. I hope your TVs can pick it up. White, yellow, orange, red. Boom, right around the color wheel. It's not that difficult when you learn a few rules. Boom. Now, I'm really punching that light up. And I'm going to pull that out. Now, we are going to paint stuff. Creativity. Let's talk about creativity. Where does that live? You have a setup. Let me see the folks. You have a setup of your flowers. Make sure my mic didn't come out there. Of your flowers. And you paint what you see. Okay? What I'm going to show you today is how to paint what you don't see. I see you going, how can you paint what you don't see? I'm going to show you. It's a little secret. And you all have it. You just don't use it. It's such a waste. It's inside of you, but you don't use what makes paintings creative and makes them pop beyond the norm, beyond taking a picture with a camera. We're going to go past that. Not that cameras are not great and photography is not great. It is, but we're going to go beyond that. And we'll show you on this pot. Now,
Are you going to do the handles first?
Yeah, no, yeah.
One lady says, Nina, I thought it was an onion.
Oh, it looks.
You must have not tuned in from the very beginning.
I don't blame her. It looks like an onion.
Yeah, it does.
Actually, if you were doing an onion, you would do it this way. That's good thinking. All you would do is find some of the veins in it, you'd skin, and you'd have an onion.
Thank you for sharing.
Sure.
All you guys that are sharing this video, thank you.
All painting is related. Here's some ultramarine blue, very dry. This is what you don't see in the painting or in your setup or whatever you're painting from. There's a light going in. I'm going to take that light and tickle it out now. See? And it'll pick up the color underneath by itself.
Excuse me, Gary. Olivia says lots of people on another page waiting for live stream. What page?
I don't
Just
know.
our Facebook page.
We're only on the Facebook page.
On our Facebook page.
I don't know what page that would be.
I could give you the address of our page.
Well, also at the end, when the show's over, I will be
Posting this on
editing it and posting it up on YouTube, and the address will be on there. So if they can't get it now, they'll get it
And
later.
we always leave it on our Facebook page too.
Yeah, a little more. This is a little light that's being reflected off the background. Now, this business of how do I paint stuff that I don't see, it comes from within you. And it comes from a feeling. You look at a vase with a light on it, and you don't see this reflected light, but you get a feeling that that light should be there. So let's do that. Listen to the little voice that's inside of you. Yeah. Am I not talking to you at the... Kathy keeps saying, point to the camera.
Look into the camera when you're talking. Instead of the monitor.
Oh, that's what I'm doing. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, now, I'm not going to paint the handle yet, for a good reason, is that I'm going to go behind it and put some stuff back there. This, you know how I love color, guys. See, I didn't paint that handle first, because if I did, it would just bleed out. I'd have to be careful, and I don't want to do that. So, and this is very thin. There's that light. It has a reason for being there, because I'm putting some blue back there.
Yes, it will, Jean. It'll be posted on our Facebook page a little bit after our live stream. And we keep it up there on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
And eventually, they will go up to YouTube.
Yeah.
We're just learning how to post the live videos on YouTube, so that'll be a while.
Yellow, work it in. Look at the brush moving all over the place. I know. You want to go up and do, and you want to do this little stuff. Get your arm in it. Get into it. Paint like you don't care. Remember, I have some linseed on there, so it's helping. So look at this. See? Can you see it? Yes. Get into this stuff. I'm going to take a little, there's a little touch of mauve down here. Ooh, a touch of mauve. Put it on. Even if you think, oh, God, that's so bright. Yes, let me show you this up close so you see how bright that is. Get the glare off. You see, it's bright. You put it on bright to start with, because you're going to be working other colors into it. Now, it might not match the painting I did. Who cares? Who wants to do the same thing again? Look at this. Take it and pull it out. Pull it out.
And tell those who can't see it to refresh their Facebook page. Go out and come back in. That happened to me, someone said. Okay, thanks, Dee.
Okay, there you go. They're having trouble seeing it? Okay, look at the color back there. Can you see the color? Color. Get a little more yellow right in there. Notice how I just put the color on, and I just leave it sit there. There you go. I'm going to come on up to the top. I'm going to reach down for a larger brush. This is a 1-inch brush, comes in my kit, and I'll show you that in a little bit. We're going to take some color. It really doesn't matter, whatever turns you on. But keep it thin. Now, the reason for keeping it thin is it lets that gray show through, which neutralizes the color that you're putting on. Makes sense? And put it on loose. Loose. Almost like a sketch. I'm going to take some of that and pull it on up so that I get some of that warm color. Look at the brush. Look at the brush. Yes. Now, whatever colors you want to put on back there, now's the time to do it. We're going to take some yellow and white and put it on. Notice how I put the brush down and I wiggle it. Because I have linseed on there. It's going on nicely. Look at that. Look at the large strokes in there. They're loosey-goosey. I'm going to take some blue, I know, and white, and pull that in there, and loosey-goosey. Keeping it thin because we have poppies to go in here. And if we had bright, thick color, we wouldn't get our poppy. Our colors would not pop for our poppies. We're going to take a little sap. Is that sap? Let me look. Yeah, sap green, little sienna. And I'm going to tie a nice dark in up in here. Okay. Now here's where your finger comes in, because I'm going to take that. You see how I'm pulling it out, pulling it out, pulling it out.
Oh, thanks, Anthony. Thanks, you're a sweetheart.
What did Anthony say? What did Anthony have to say?
We do, if we don't catch all your comments during the live stream, we do try to answer them later on our Facebook page. The comments stay up there so we can see them.
This is purple. Yes.
Or mauve.
Or mauve. Or mauve. Well, if you're in Texas, that's purple. We're going to take some white. There is a feeling of a drape down here. But what I'm going to do here with this drapeau is keep it simple. And all I want is a feeling of a drape. I'm not going to get all the little folds and all that stuff in there. But it has to say drape.
Just don't pull your purple out too far or you'll have a purple drape.
Well, we might. Wouldn't be anything wrong. Some of it will bleed out. Oh, let's take our red. Red. Look at the red in there. And we're going to pull that out. Whoever thought this color? You see, we're painting stuff that doesn't exist. It's not there. Stop trying to be so realistic with everything. Use your imagination. You've got it. Put it in there. Do it. Do it to it. Now, it's brushwork. So important. If you get the right color, but you have crummy brushwork, it ain't going to work. Oh, let's take a little white and orange. You see, look at that color. It's a warm color. And I'm going to come on down. Now, drapes, they have rhythm. It folds. It's like music. We're going to put a boom, and I'm going to pull that out. Yes. You see how it creates a crater right in there. Maybe that drape came up, and it just sort of gets lost into the background. Ooh, don't want to lose my handle. And we'll come down here. Super loose. Trust yourself. The reason why a lot of you guys don't do this stuff loose like it is, because you don't trust yourself. And if you don't do it now, when are you going to do it? Now this dark, I'm going to bring it out, because I want it to breathe. I want it to, very dry brush. I'm going to pull that mauve color out. Yeah. You see? Now people looking at your painting, they will see drapery down here simply because we are just indicating it. You see? And have a real drape set up so you guys can see what's going on.
Thanks again, guys, for sharing.
What are they sharing? I don't get to see.
Video, and we really appreciate it.
Oh.
Many people are sharing it.
Oh, cool. Okay. There. Can they share while it's live?
I'm not very technically sound.
No, how can they? No, they can't because it hasn't been born yet. So they could share parts. I don't know. Maybe they can share it and it's live on what they're...
A lot of our Facebook friends are a lot more tech savvy than we are.
I know.
We're just learning all this stuff.
This
is only our second or third live video, and we're experimenting every time.
I know.
Better if we got another mic and
I know.
trying to get better sound and trying to get
Remember the first
better
time
lighting. Yeah,
we couldn't
wasn't great.
we couldn't turn it off.
What is the blue case painting on the wall? Case painting?
This painting.
Face painting up above, Gary?
That was on
That's
our
on our Facebook page.
page.
That's a new one that he just did.
I don't know.
I can't get up there.
We
to
can't
show
get
it
up
to
there.
you. It's on our Facebook page. He just posted it a while back. It's flowers kind of coming out of a vase, kind of falling out of a vase. They're not really stuck all the way in the vase.
I'm going to get a smaller brush. This is a little filbert brush. See it right there from my set?
Libya says yes, you can share.
Oh, she's so smart. Oh, the handle. This is just crimson, maybe a touch of green, sap green. And let's block that in. Now, when you're doing your handle, you have to just block in a dark first. Just get the handle going. And because the brush is round, it gives us that round edge on there.
This was an old Mexican pot
Yeah.
that we bought at an art mart that we have here, a big, really neat art mart with all different artisans having their own booths there. And this is one of the old Mexican pots.
There's another dark.
Real earthy.
You know, when I was younger, doing television years ago, I used to be a lot steadier. Now my hand is shaking all over the place. Isn't that terrible? There's a little edge right there.
Well, that was, yeah, we were much younger many years ago.
I know. One time, you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror and you go, who's that old guy looking at me? Where did he come from? Oh, God, help me.
Oh, Shanae says, in fact, I'm on public, so lots of people are probably watching you. She's on public.
Public?
Yeah.
What's public?
It's interesting. Well, I guess it can share to more people.
Oh, really?
Boy, we're learning from you guys.
There's a little highlight. This is a little red. Now maybe just a little shot back here. See it? Boom. Don't overdo. We don't want this handle to be more important than the painting. Then we might get a little light on there. Maybe take some white and pink. Boom. Boom. And then we boom, boom. Just hit it and get back out. You don't need to mess and fuss with this stuff. Here it is, closer. Can you see it? There's that handle. There's the highlight on it. There's the other one with the highlight on it. You don't need to get all fancy with it. It's this there. Now you can see why I put that background in around it first. So, now we're going to take orange. We have to find out where these poppies are. We got a big, beautiful, this is orange. I'm using a little filbert brush. And I'm going to just find where this poppy lives, right in there. Okay? Then we're going to take another.
That's another reason for having your paint real thin on the background behind the poppies. So, you don't pick up so much of that background color when you're doing the poppies. Another thing is to sketch your poppies in first and paint the background around the sketch and not have the color underneath. So there's different ways of doing it.
Well, as long as you keep it thin, you're okay. But if you go in there thick, you're in trouble.
It's a light color, so it doesn't matter. But if it was dark background and it was wet, you may want to sketch your poppies in first and then paint the dark around the sketch, the background around the sketch.
God, you're so smart. Where do you learn all this stuff?
Stop it, or I won't do this anymore.
Oh, no, I need somebody there. I'm going to just punch these lights up more. Now, this highlight, I'm putting on a lot brighter than what it is on the pot. And it really makes it pop off of there. Yeah. No. I'm going to take my green.
Oh, hi, Mel.
Melzy!
Stop it, Mel. You haven't seen me lately.
Hey, Mel!
I'm fat and old now and wrinkled, Mel. You haven't seen me for 4 years.
Mel, you guys need to go to Mel's web page, and see some of the landscapes he's doing up in New England.
Melzioli.
Mel, why don't you send in your web address so people can go and find you. He does some wonderful stuff with boats and
Mel's a long-time
Yeah.
friend of ours.
He does some super stuff.
And secretly, Mel and I are in love, but
Yeah, I
it's a
know.
really big secret, so don't tell
Yeah, I
anyone.
know. God, what's life coming to? Here's some green. Sienna again, getting very dark. Maybe a shadow under here. Yeah, see that? Now that shadow is going to help that poppy pop out of there. I'm going to reach down here. This comes in my painting set too. This is one of the, you guys are familiar with this. It's a liner brush. Liner. And I'm
Hi, Mary Jane. Love all your paintings you post.
Mary Jane.
Croatia, our Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Mary Jane's a certified teacher of ours.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a teacher over there, contact her.
Yeah. And I'll be putting Farbi Flora's, our television producer's address up for all you guys that are over in Europe.
Farbi Flora has our staff teacher, Olivia Fitzgerald,
Yeah.
and other staff teacher teach at the headquarters in Berlin, Germany at Farbi Flora. So they teach our certification courses over there in Berlin. So
Yeah.
we'll have you contact Farbi Flora if you're interested in being certified as a teacher, a Jenkins teacher.
Yeah. Well, you said it and you're glad. Here's some purple.
Red, my kind of girl.
What?
Just did her bedroom in red and can't wait to paint
Really?
the room. You must be a passionate girl.
Red. Zowie.
Red in the bedroom. That'll wake up your sex life. Oops. Sorry. Can I say that?
You're not supposed to say stuff. It's not politically correct. Trump would say it. Yeah.
No.
I know.
No politics.
I know. That's just purple, just kind of getting it started with some stuff that's going up there. We've got some leaves in the back. We're going to just throw those in. Show you how, these are ghost leaves. They're just kind of, not all leaves stand out. Oh, let's take some of that, stick in there. We can borrow. Look, see how you can borrow color. And we're going to put this in, this.
I don't know, Jean. You'll have to go to our website and look on the sidebar. Click on any of the pages, and then a sidebar will come up that says Certified Teachers, and then you can look and find the state that you're in and look and see if we have a teacher there.
Yeah. You see, I'm not going to have just leaves sticking out of there and show everybody, oh, here's some leaves. I see so many paintings where they have these leaves sticking out all over the place, and it's distracting. You don't know what to look at. You look at the leaves, look at the flowers. Now I'm going to put these in. And mess with your painting. Mess with it. That's where creativity lives. Now you notice how all these leaves are kind of together. They're not separated. They're not super dark. Whoop, before we start anymore, we're going to come on the other side and get something in here. Ooh, more purpley. Now, I'm not making leaves, but just finding a place for them to live. Because sometimes you put stuff in and you go, hey, that looks cool, just kind of like that. Give it a chance to work. Take our blender. I'm going to hit these guys. See, I'm going to throw them out of focus. They're not going to fight our poppies.
Coming up soon, Kathy.
Look.
Really soon.
What's that?
Our class
Yeah.
starting for the year, our semi-privates in about 2-3 weeks.
Oops.
Mic cord just pulled my camera over.
Didn't pull out, I hope.
Nope.
Now, you notice how...
Taka,
Taka!
haven't heard from you in a long time.
From Japan. How are you? How you doing, guy? He painted the most beautiful roses when he was in class.
First time
He never painted roses before. Can you believe that? He sat down and did these wonderful roses. God. Look at that going there. All the way from Japan. Yeah. Notice how I'm fuzzing that out? You see? This is what you guys don't do. You
But
go.
you can use your blender instead of
Yeah,
your
yeah.
finger. Or a lot of people might wear those really thin, like surgical gloves. We even have some. I forget to put them on. And so if you're afraid of getting the paint, the oil paint on your fingers, just put those gloves on. They're very thin, very pliable. You can hold the brush really well, and you can, if you want to use your finger, then you can blend with the glove on.
Yeah.
I know some people, because of the toxicity of some of the paints. But oil paints are wonderful. It's just you have to know how to use them and be careful with them sometimes.
They're non-toxic, but
Most of them are non-toxic. Most of the minerals nowadays are getting.
Well, the paint I use is non-toxic.
Our paints are really high quality.
That's why I can get my fingers in here. Now here's an edge. This is important. I'm going to try to point this stuff out to you. That I just rolled an edge here. It was hard looking, but I took my finger and I blended it. And as soon as you blend it, it goes round. You see how it goes round? And it also picks up some atmosphere. It picks this color up and throws it in there. Atmosphere, atmosphere, atmosphere. Important. Now, you can see that also by blending, we don't just have a pot and then a drape. We have a pop that's married into the drape. So when you look at this painting, your eye flows. It doesn't stop because it's a hard line. It flows on up. Yes, that's why some paintings are easy to look at. And some are just terrible. They're hard looking. There's no color. And again, we're not putting color in here for the sake of saying, oh, aren't we wonderful? Look at all the wonderful color. We put color in for a reason. It's there for a reason. And my color is not bouncing all over the canvas. You don't know where to look. Do I look here? Da-da-ding, da-da-ding. We have to have a center of interest. Otherwise, it gets gaudy on you. You have been on, for 40 minutes? Kathy just said, geez. Time flies. You know, if I was doing PBS now, I would have been off the air. I would be running into. A long time ago. I would have been running into the news show or something. Let's block in a poppy up here. Block it in, block it in. We're going to go in with some orange and sienna. And throw some color in. Not dark enough. Just your color.
Yes, Cindy. One of our children, Heather Jenkins Rowdy, R-O-D-D-Y. She's a fabulous professional painter, been a full-time professional painter for about 25 years. And she's located in San Diego, and you can see her work on Fine Art America. Mm-hmm. That's Heather Roddy, R-O-D-D-Y. And she's an acrylic painter and paints a very different style than us, completely self-taught. She gets big bucks for her paintings, like $2,000 to $16,000. She does many commissions, so look her up.
I know, that's my daughter.
Yep, that's someone was asking, do any of your children paint?
I'm lucky if I saw one for $10. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now you notice the dark going in here. Now there's more color, orange, maybe a little yellow combined, coming out of the center than actually what you would see in the poppy. You don't see this much color coming out. But I'm putting it in there. I learned to do this from watching the old masters or looking at the old masters' paintings. And I notice in their roses, they always put a lot of color, even though that color's not found in there. And it really looks cool. So again, here we are doing stuff that doesn't exist. Are we? I know. I'm going to put this orange and sienna back here. Watch the outside edge. And, it's picking up some green.
Oh, hi, Jan. Thanks for watching.
Jan who?
Jan in Mississippi. Remember, we went to her studio.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Jan. Okay. So now, this...
He says, I bought one for more than $10. Now we have a couple.
All right. And there we go. Now you see how dark we're getting here. I have a little spot I left out because that's where our bright yellow is going. The outside edge is kind of ragged. Yes. Now let's just test a little yellow and white.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jan. I thought you were in Mississippi for some reason. Well, I was close. Down south there somewhere. Louisiana.
Yeah. Did I teach there? I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Now I put yellow in. Now watch me pull it out. We're going to paint a poppy. That's not your traditional, here's a petal, there's a petal. There's going to be a lot of little wrinkles and things in it. Yeah. Well, some folks copied the poppies I did years ago. But I've changed and they didn't. Oh, look at that. Look at this. Yeah. I painted these poppies for years, back in the 70s. I used to work for a company called Aaron Brothers. And I got paid by the canvas. Like I got so much money for an 1824, so much for a 1216, blah, blah. I did a lot of these poppy paintings before. And I worked from silk flowers before they ever got well known. So I'm the one that came along with it years ago.
This is the original Jenkins poppies.
Yeah, years ago.
Developed actually in the late 60s.
Yeah, and there's another person says that she developed them. Zowie.
By the way, you guys, it's always great to work from real flowers, but we had beautiful gardens all through the years in all of our homes, and I had every flower imaginable, but we don't have a garden now. We don't have soil in Arizona. We just have rock.
We have a rose garden.
Yeah, we have a rose garden, but in the rock. But if you can't paint or don't have access to a flower garden, take pictures in other people's flower gardens, or like Gary said, they have such beautiful silk flowers out nowadays. And that would be your other alternative, to always go out and, when it's in your budget, to go out and buy these really pretty, good quality silk flowers, because they're not cheap, the good ones. We get a lot at Hobby Lobby, but they have a huge selection.
But I got these online.
Gary got the poppies online.
And they're much better.
Go online and look up silk flowers.
They're much better quality.
They're really good.
Now, okay, let's take a look at this guy. Okay, remember I'm talking to you about putting stuff in that doesn't exist? There's a reflected light right here. I'm going to zap it. That doesn't exist in the painting I was working from. If you put it in, that's what makes the difference between the haves and the have-nots. Between the people that are just simply painting a flower. Yeah, it looks like a flower. Yeah, you'll get students and all that stuff. But does it have the sparkle? Does it have all that neat stuff? No, it doesn't. There's your reflected light, and maybe we'll take a look. You see, it's all color, but subtle color, not gaudy color. We're going to take, I'm going to reach down because I just ran out of yellow, and put some more yellow down there.
Would you very carefully lift the corner leg up on that table? Hopefully it doesn't. So
What?
I can get that wire out from under the table, and I'm getting closer with this.
Oh, really?
With this tripod. See the white wire?
Yeah.
Be careful. Don't knock your whole palette over.
Okay, tell everybody to talk.
No.
Oh.
Pull it. The back leg of the table.
Oh.
The back leg. It's hung up. I'll pull it. You watch out.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
If everything falls on the floor, it's your fault.
We have everything just jerry-rigged here. So.
This is live stuff.
Okay, thanks.
Now, I'm going to take a little orange and yellow.
Don't trip over that leg.
Now, watch the stroke go in. As I come in, I pull up and away. It's like an airplane landing and then taking back off. This is yellow and a touch of orange. And there it goes. Throw it in, throw it in, throw it in, throw it in, throw it in. But you pull up. Another one. Boom. And one stroke overlaps. Look at it turning. The stroke is turning. And it's getting darker by itself. Amazing how that stuff works. If you do a certain thing a certain way, you're going to get a certain result. Look at this. Look at the light hitting.
Oh, Michelle.
Michelle Lundrum?
No.
Oh.
Your niece, Michelle Christman Hallinan.
Oh, hi, Michelle. Look at these edges. You see all these petals? It's layered. It's layered. And look, do you see how I flip? Flip. You must have a brush, like my brushes, of course, have a spring to them. So when I push down and come in, it's ready for the next stroke. It doesn't flop and stay there. Flop and stay there. You can't work with a brush that does that. Your brush, when you make a stroke, it has to come back, ready for your next one. It comes back, and it's ready there for you. Don't use brushes that don't work for you. It's a waste of time.
So many people are sharing this video.
Really?
I'm going to say over and over again, thanks a lot. Certainly do appreciate it.
My favorite color, El Redo. That's crimson in the middle. I'm going to bring it out, not all the way out. We have a petal, and nice and dark in the middle. We're going to take our red, cad red light. I know. It is fun to do. There's a petal there. There's a petal. Notice it comes down into the dark. Look at the stroke. I'm not going this way. Here's a petal. That's boring. Come on out. Let's pick up some of that dark back in there.
This is just your base tone.
Yeah. And here we go. Here it comes around. Comes around. You got to love this stuff, guys. Be creative. Paint till you drop. Don't be normal.
Definitely don't be afraid to experiment.
That's what it's all about.
You have to experiment.
And we're going to have big cameras for our other stuff we're doing.
Our online course that we have out later this year.
Yeah.
Our subscription online course, Paint with Passion.
Yep.
We will have professional cameras, professional lighting. We're hiring a team of professionals now to film that in the next few months. So it will be really high quality for you guys.
A lot of advertising too. Now, there's our red, but it's not popping enough. Orange, red, very dry. Right in there. Hit it. Look how strong it is. And then, but now you're painting. The painting is very dry. I use less pressure coming into the dark because I don't want it to be as bright. Less pressure coming down, but I want to show a little edge. Less pressure. We're working in the subtle tones that oh, look at this. There's another one here. You just barely see it, and you might not see it at home, but it's there. You don't want to see everything out in front. Yeah. Yeah. Red's always a tough color to paint because you keep wanting to lighten it with white. Well, what happens? Oh, God, if you do, it turns pink. But I need a little pink. Just a hint of it in there. Get a nice ragged top. Play with it, play with it. There's a little light hitting. Back here, very dry. Not all the way across. The light will hit.
Yellow and white's really pretty also.
Oh, Catherine's telling me.
I'm telling Gary how to paint.
That's all right. I need all the help I need all the help I can get.
Oh my gosh, someone's watching from the Freedom of the Seas Caribbean cruise.
Eastern
Caribbean cruise.
They're on a ship?
Oh, Linda, she's coming to our class for the first time in October. She's on a cruise ship. Oh, Linda, I'll be there with you.
Yeah. You come on here and paint, and we'll sit on the chair with the little drink with the little umbrella in it.
We've never been on a cruise ever.
What's that? What's that all about?
Good.
Lucky. There's a little more.
Renata Barnwell.
Yeah.
Hi, you guys.
Who?
Hi, Richard and Renata.
Oh, really? They're watching?
Copy and pot painting.
Really?
Yeah.
What's that all about? What's going on here? There's some color. Is that?
They bought our first Gary's first painting, gallery painting, when he was in a gallery here in Sedona after we moved, and it was a 24-36 with a big rustic Mexican pot and big poppies. It was really pretty.
We miss you.
And we purchased our very first gallery painting here.
You guys move away like that. Gee.
They live in beautiful Monterey now, though.
I know. Who am I supposed to talk to when I go to the galleries out there? I was always able to talk to you and hug you, and you'd hug me, and now I go to that gallery, it's moving on, and there's nobody to hug. Oh boy. These are little, what are these?
Lilacs.
Lilacs going in.
There's
Now,
some whites in there, too. Yeah.
when you paint lilacs, what we're after is just a feeling of them here. This is just a little purple. Maybe there'll be a little stem coming in. Maybe there'll be a little bud coming in. See them? Coming on over. Just over the dark. Don't get too light over in there. And what else do we need in there? Oh, some of that pink. Pink.
You're using the side, kind of the side and the flat. Of
Yeah.
the little filbert brush.
Yeah, and as it comes across, it kind of loses some of it. But don't make the mistake of showing every single petal. You just want a feeling of it. We're going to take a little blue and white. Turquoise. Turquoise and white. Turquoise. Turquoise. In a few places, we'll show them more detail. Not too much. Not too much. We want it. Maybe some of those will come over the top of this guy. Very dry. Very dry. And you see, leave a lot up to the imagination. It's just pat.
Thanks, Olivia.
What did she say? I don't get to share all this information. Oh, so beautiful. Yeah. Yeah.
It's getting there.
It's getting there, but I'm not on that cruise ship.
No, that would be fun to paint. They teach on cruise ships.
They do?
Yeah, we just never have time to take any kind of a vacation or painting vacation.
I know, but
That's not in our vocabulary.
if I went on a cruise ship, I just want to sit on one of those
Rest.
chairs.
To rest.
Chairs out there. There's that little stuff that you find inside. Coming out.
Pigment power. Yep.
Yeah, that's what this
With the
paint.
help of our paints.
Who said that?
Shanae, she'll be here in May too with Olivia.
Pigment power. Yeah, I'll show you the paints in a minute. Look at that going on. Every artist has their own paint, seems to me. And what's the difference between one paint and another paint? What's the difference? Isn't paint paint? Not really. Let me show you. I'm going to put my brushes down for a minute. This is the set. Kathy can pull back. Of my paints. You see them? There's 14 of them in there. And they're 40 milliliter instead of 37. Okay? Now, what's the difference? This paint is made in Old Holland.
They're made by Old Holland.
Yes. And it has, believe me, more pigment in it than any other paint you will find out there. So that's the difference, guys. The difference is pigment. If you buy paint that is soft to begin with, how can you make it thicker? You can't.
Yeah, ours isn't too stiff and it's not too soft. It's just a really good consistency. It's just perfect.
Yeah. So you can't make soft paint thick, but you can make thick paint that has plenty of pigment in it. You can make it thinner. So you have the option. With soft paint, you don't have the option. You're stuck with it. And what happens when you put soft paint on? And you're putting it on, you're piling it on, your
When
brush
it's too soft.
cuts through and hits the canvas.
Or when it's
It's
too
not,
soft.
and with this paint that has more pigment in it, you don't have to put out as much. You just put out just a little. It goes a long way. I have plenty of paint. Look, I've got this whole painting done here almost. Look at all the paint. I've got too much. I'd have to transfer this over to another palette because it's just great stuff. And the brushes, woohoo, hee hee. The brushes, I took a couple out of here. But the brushes come in a nice case. These are all synthetic. They're all chisel, Splendor.
Except for the two small brushes are sable.
Oh, these are, the small brushes are sable. They have to be to come to a point. Anyway, this is the set. So, and
there's a big set with 11 brushes and a smaller set with, I believe, 5 or 6 brushes.
Yeah. So what we'll do.
Anyway, are you going to put some yellow stamens and some green in the center?
Oh.
Of those puppies?
Yeah, I guess I am now. You're going to take a little yellow. Ooh, an orange. Maybe a little orange. And make those centers pop a little more. Yeah. See it? See how important it is? Slow down and do the detail. Slow down. There's a time to paint fast and a time not to. If they stand out too much, just hit it with your brush. Boom, boom. Yeah. Just a hint of these guys back in here, because that one's way in the back. Oh, okay. Look at me messing up. See, I'm quite capable of screwing up just as well as you are. There. Okay. Then, we need to clean up an edge here. Right here. Sometimes you can wait for your painting to dry a little to add these extra little lights on there. Now watch how I take the brush and I push it back and down, back and down. It gives you a little buildup of paint on the edge whenever you want to, say, accent an edge. Now, we have sap green and a little yellow, or you can use black and yellow, make your own green. This is the filbert. I'm going to come in and push and then back. Push and back. These are these long tapered leaves. You see it? Oh yeah, overlap that handle. Oh, there's some leaves over here. Wiggle that base color in. More of the poppy type of leaf. Yeah.
Also in our books, the Beauty of Oil Painting books, I have illustrated a lot of these leaves. The books follow all of our past 6 TV series. So they have all the paintings with the TV series on. Of course, they were very fast paintings, but they had a lot of things in the books. And I did illustrate how to do these leaves step by step, how to do a lot of the flowers step by step. So you can check those out. The books are on our website. And we have technique videos also that Gary and I both worked on, long play, 3 hours long. And we did roses and poppies and leaves and all kinds of neat stuff. So you can check out those technique DVDs because they're much longer play than these videos that we're doing live. Our online course, by the way, the Paint with Passion course that we'll be coming out with, those videos are all going to be at least an hour and a half long, some maybe 2.5 hours long. And I'm going to be doing an extra technique video on there also, and Gary will be doing 5, 6, 7 paintings for that course, for that first floral still life course. It's going to have pots and vases and
it's taken several months just to do the painting.
Preparing for several months doing all those paintings, those floral still life paintings. And that'll be released in late this year, so you can keep checking online and on our Facebook page and on our website for all news and updates about the online course.
Oh, is it going to be expensive?
Not for what they're going to get, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So what are these little guys? Are these
Just
daisies?
there, they could be little
They're
wild.
little wildflowers, kind of.
You're just done with the filbert.
I had some. Where are they?
Overlap that poppy back there. See?
Over here to our silk flower pot. Pull them out.
Yeah, there they are.
Okay, there they are.
Silk flowers are great. They make them great nowadays. You can see I use these. I stick them in a pot. I bend them around to see how things would look. There's a couple up there. That's how I arrive at the different compositions. Just don't paint what you know, guys. You have to have a setup, whether it's real flowers, or artificial flowers. You have to set something up with a light on it. Otherwise, every painting will look the same to you. This is the flat, that's the side, and I'm pushing down and pulling up, and I'm painting in the back petals first. The back petals first. Then the lighter petals on top, I'll put a little more white with it. Very dry. And in it goes. See? And you have to develop a touch. Maybe another one.
A lot of it is mostly that push down, pull up stuff.
Yeah.
Whether you're doing little flowers, big flowers, roses, poppies, a lot of it's just that learning that push down, lift up, and pull away stroke.
Yep. This. Now another thing for the little guys. We're not just putting them in there to be putting them in. They're putting in there for a reason, and that reason, it adds movement to the painting. Now, most of my paintings, let me get a couple more leaves in here. Most of my paintings, I like to use an S curve. S curve. Where do we find the S curve? Well, it starts here, it's going to come up here, it's coming around, and it's going to come right in here. You see it? You see it? Uh-huh. And right up there, everything's there for a reason. Look for the S curve, it's in everything. And we're going to have another guy up here. Look at this guy going. You see him? A little center maybe. A little darker, a little red. The filbert works great because it's rounded, so it gives you that little round edge. We need all the help we can get. A little lighter up in here. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at it go. Oh, honey. Yes. Another one. Where are we running too long here, I wonder?
Okay.
Another one here. When is a painting finished? We never know. All you can do is stop at a good place. And don't overwork. It's our own insecurities that makes us overwork stuff. Oh, maybe it needs this. Oh, maybe it needs. Oh no. Oh, it looks skimpy. It looks this. It looks that. It'll drive you crazy. Yeah. And people that paint see more than other people see. We see more color. We see colors, we see shapes, we see values. The average person doesn't see it. If you try to tell them, they think you're nutty anyway.
It depends on how long it takes to dry. It depends on a lot of variables. It depends on whether you live in a dry climate or a humid climate. Dry climate, the oil's going to dry faster. Humidity, it's going to be a lot slower. It depends on how thick your paint is. It also depends on your pigments, your cadmium colors, your whites, your oranges, your reds. Your yellows, they dry much slower than your earth tones. Your earth tones would be your blacks, your dark blues, your greens, your browns. They dry fast. Also depends on what kind of medium that you use. Linseed oil, if you use that as a medium or a part of your medium in your turp, linseed is a very slow dryer. It's one of the slowest dryers on the market. If you use just turp, or if you put a fast dryer like liquid you can put in, or other fast dryers into your medium, then it's going to make it dry faster. Now I know that was a long-winded answer, but it does depend on so many variables on how fast your painting's going to dry or how slow. Of course, palette knife painting would be very thick and it's going to dry a lot slower. We use pretty thin paint most of the way until the final highlights, all the final details and the strongest lights. Then we use our paint much drier and thicker, so that'll take longer to dry.
You see how I've been going in here, because this is what you do at the end. I'm popping color. I took my red right out of the tube and popped it in there, because it has a chance now to set up where my color is sticking nicely to the surface. And leave some strokes. It's an old pot, been around, been rained on, everything else. Well.
Thanks, Anthony.
Anthony.
I get long-winded at times.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. That cooled it. That made a neat little shot.
That's what it has, a little green in there. Also, can you get some brighter greens and highlights on these leaves right here?
Yeah.
And maybe some more highlights on your lilacs.
Gee, I know.
That should just about finish it up. Bright yellow green.
Oh.
Not white green.
That's a bad
Oh,
green?
that's pretty. Yellow
Blue.
green too.
Do you know there's a lot of people make their leaves green, which
Gotta use lots
is, you see, you need this coolness in there. So not, you could put a little warmer on top, I suppose. But
that's a pretty color. Actually, the poppy leaves, they are a very kind of a very cool grayish icy green. They're not real yellow green.
I might take my finger, blend some of that out. Oh, you know what we didn't put in? Are we running out of time?
The fringe?
No, well, they can put their own fringe in.
The lightest highlights on the lilacs.
I didn't put my little circles in.
Oh, the orbs.
My orbs. So you take your brush.
That's if you want them. They're optional.
And I'm going to just, you see it?
Fairy
Now,
dust.
it's so subtle. Maybe we'll make it, yeah, my fingers all have paint on. Yeah. I started.
Well, we'll show the orbs more in the online
I want
course.
this guy in there. There, and look me pull it out. You see it? Ah, you see the little bright shot that I put back in there? And maybe just another little shot there, and use your finger. And maybe if it goes bye-bye, just keep putting it in until it stays.
Some are real
There.
tiny, some are bigger than others.
That's brighter, that's a little duller, but don't get overdo with all this stuff towards the end. No, I know it's not quite finished, but we don't have all that time. Here I'm going to put a little light. Oh, look at the light. Can you see that light? You see how it's reflecting whatever? Who cares? There. Whoop, hello.
That was good. Good accent.
What is that? Well, just working it. Well.
You got time.
You see that? That? Now, people, you can work your butt off in your painting. And what do people go to? These little things. They love the light. Nobody's doing that. Why don't you guys try that? Try that in your paintings. Well,
Why add orbs? Because we feel like it. Why do anything in painting? Because you just feel like
feel the light.
And
you see,
it's experimenting.
but we're painting fantasy. We're not painting something that's real. If you want something that's real, get your camera out and take a picture of it and save yourself all the trouble. Okay? We're painting stuff that doesn't exist. This will do many things for you. When you start painting fantasy, start using your imagination, you'll start selling paintings, number one. Number two, if you're teaching, students will flock to you because you're doing stuff other people aren't doing. So, I understand the question.
But the orbs are definitely optional.
I know.
We like to photograph orbs here in
Yeah,
Sedona.
you can actually photograph them.
Gary, highlights, the lightest highlights on your lilacs.
Oh.
The lightest.
Oh.
Now that it's set up a little.
Oh,
White.
what color are those?
White, or white with a tiny touch of yellow.
Any purple? Oh, I got purple.
White, lights, light,
Lights?
whites.
Help me! Somebody! Oh, gosh. Is it time for my wine yet? No. It's 5 o'clock someplace. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's pretty wet. You'd have to let it dry up a little because you can't get those really clean lights until it tacks up.
I think it looks pretty good unless you want to put some little curly Q things in.
No, that
Sure?
wouldn't. I think we got the big stuff. If they want to add little things here and there, that's just cutesy-poosy stuff. They can do that. You can put a little fringe on down in here. All I'm doing now is just showing you how to get started, how to be creative, which we're going to touch more on when we get into our online stuff later. Anyway, you guys, thanks for watching out there. And now I'm going to post this painting, up on, I'll work on it a little bit more off camera.
We've got the originals posted up.
Oh, that's right, yeah. What I'll do is I'm going to put some phone numbers up there, phone numbers where you can order the paints and brushes with our website. I'm also going to post Farbi Flora's website over in Germany for all you folks that are in Europe. Because, you know, you can't order from over here. It's too expensive. Posting is too much. So order from Farbi Flora. Save the posting. They have everything there for you. And I will, in a little while, post everything up, all the addresses that you need to contact people. Anyway, thanks for watching out there.
Thanks.
And Catherine and I.
Thanks, you guys.
We'll see
we really
you
appreciate you.
next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for your support. Bye-bye.